February 27th, Little and his friends were playing Pokemon Green on the school playground. Everything was normal until they reached Lavender Town. Within the first minute, he froze. He looked towards the sky, eyes wide open. He began to foam at the mouth. After that, he fell to the ground, convulsing violently. Two other boys followed suit, then more. After that, they began screaming for it to stop, begging for it to stop, but it wouldn't stop. The pretty music just kept playing.
It's the year 1996. Pokemon, or Pocket Monsters as it's known in Japan, has just hit the shelves of video game stores all over the world. The two versions available at the time, Red and Blue, allowed the player to immerse themselves in a world filled with strange creatures with special powers and traits. You as the player have to journey across the land catching, training, and battling other trainers until finally making your way to the championships and becoming a Pokemon master. So, what on earth could possibly be terrifying about such a simple kids game? Well, as you battle your way through the small cities of the Kanto region, you'll eventually wander into a mysterious village known simply as Lavender Town. Lavender Town is perhaps the strangest location in the original Pokemon games. Despite being referred to as the Noble Town by the NPCs in the game, it's surprisingly small and empty. The town is so devoid of life that there isn't even a gym leader for you to battle here. If you choose to interact with the people of Lavender Town, they won't wish you luck on your journey like you've become accustomed to. Instead, they reveal that this town is infested by angry spirits. Worse yet, the entire city is built around a massive graveyard called the Pokemon Tower, where hundreds of Pokemon rest for eternity. Lavender Town on its own could definitely be considered unnerving to players passing through, but it's the music that this little town is known for. So now, let's look into the mystery surrounding it. February 1996. The first versions of Pokemon Red and Green have just been released across Japan. The game is a massive success. However, after the first few weeks, disturbing reports of children experiencing headaches and seizures after playing the game begin to emerge. According to the rumors, the cause lies within the original Japanese version of the Lavender Town theme. You see, the original version of the song contained what are known as binaural frequencies, sounds so high-pitched only children could hear them. Allegedly, these high frequencies were so intense that after listening to the song, children would experience headaches and in some instances would even attempt to end their own lives. According to the story, this caused the game's developer, Game Freak, to quietly recall all versions of the game and even alter the Lavender Town theme before the game could be released in America. These incidents would come to be known as the Lavender Town Syndrome. It's a twisted story to be certain, but is there any truth to it? Well, let's start with what we do know. Songs with sounds only young ears can hear do in fact exist. In fact, over the last couple of years, there have been countless trends utilizing binaural frequencies, though none have resulted in the intense side effects allegedly produced by Lavender Town. So that brings us to our next question. Can the sounds and frequencies found inside of music physically harm you? And if so, could the story of the Lavender Town Syndrome be true? To answer the first part of the question, it's complicated. Only sounds exceeding 200 decibels can seriously injure or kill you. Fortunately, very few sounds can even begin to reach the 200 decibel mark. Just to put it into context for you, a gunshot is only 130 decibels. Clearly, the Lavender Town theme cannot even begin to compare. The binaural beats found in the song are also not dangerous. Unless you were to listen to the song at full volume with headphones in, it's unlikely that you would be affected at all. So, is the story of the Lavender Town Syndrome true? Yes and no. It is true that the original versions of Pokemon, Red and Green, were never released to the international market. This is because the originals were plagued by issues and bugs, so much so that Game Freak chose to release entirely new versions under different titles, Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. Curiously, aside from the bug fixes and cosmetic changes, one major difference between these two versions was the Lavender Town theme. Here's the American version. And then here's the original Japanese version. Clearly, the two sound very different. The real question is why? After digging through the deepest recesses of the internet, I could not find a single statement from the game's composer, Junichi Masuda, regarding the alteration. It could be that Masuda thought that the music was too creepy or too hard to listen to. Unfortunately, to this day, we still don't know. And that is where the truth ends. Obviously, neither the original nor the modified music is capable of harming you as the story claims. Other aspects of the story, such as the seizures and child suicides, are also hard to prove. Again, I searched the internet for any reports of such an incident, but there were none to be found. Much has been made of this little mystery, and as I've just shown you, there are plenty of reasons why, from the town's creepy atmosphere in association with death to the song's eerie tune. It's no wonder Lavender Town became such a popular urban legend during the early 2010s. Who knows? As unlikely as it seems, maybe there was some kind of incident involving this short song so many years ago. Maybe the developers really did have to cover up so many terrible things. But right now, let's not worry ourselves about that. Let's all just sit back, relax, and listen to the pretty music.